Good morning, good morning. Getting started in a couple of minutes. What's up? Good morning, good morning. Checking my sound. All right. All right. Good to be back. First order of business, London hour trade. I got my levels marked. All right. Let's do our thing. February. I have a food delivery on the way, so I'm going to have to run out and get that at some point. I was about to start the stream, and I'm like, man, I am starving. What happened? Yeah, all I ate was carbs earlier today. That's the problem. What's up? Good morning. So I'm going to have to run out for a minute when the food gets here. Luckily, I can get a burger at 4 a.m. So we got the London hour levels marked up. Welcome, welcome back. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. So what did we end up with at the end of last week? We're trending down here now for a few days. In an overall, well, we'll call it a retracement. Euro-dollar, we got the big fib from this low here. Let's see if we get to 618. What happens there? This was news stuff, so it's a little unconventional looking. It could have been a cleaner background, but it's news stuff. I mean, we do have high volume leading to lower prices. So when it's weird and crazy like that, look at the outcome. But as I told you on Thursday last week, I had closed a lot of things. But yeah, I'm bullish, but for the moment we are bearish short term. Again, it's well, at least versus the dollar. I am expecting to return back to the weak US dollar, but whatever the chart says, whenever the chart says. I had a little run the last couple of sessions. Estimated delivery time is 9 minutes. We will see. I need my burger. London hour trade, really, I could see it going either way, and that's fine. We did a fake break here early. If it's a bullish situation, off of that, maybe. But, you know, it's kind of self-contained. If something sets up, we'll see any other factors. So business as usual. Look for the London hour setup. See what else we get. See what we expect. U.S. session. Eat a burger. Sorry if you're vegan. Don't be offended. I like cows and pigs and chickens. Get in my belly. Good morning. Gotta be controversial, you know. Eating a burger is controversial. Nice clean movement to start the day. Hopefully the charts don't go dead fish or anything. It's a nice start. Nice trending moves. So U.S. dollar, right? I expected this all through January to have this weak U.S. dollar. But then we get to the last few sessions and it's had this run. So let's see. Again, that was newsy stuff. That was like, okay, January was great, and then the big question mark, and let things settle, let things happen. That's why I didn't trade. I actually took a trade on Friday. Shh. What? I took the London hour trade on Friday, and it actually kept me in the news move, which was crazy. I think it was the long entry here on the London hour trade, or here? I don't know. But, yeah, it was in the Discord. We were talking about it. Is that Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. And it was able to keep me in the news move. Over 90 pips off of that thing. So we'll see if this downtrend the last few days against the dollar ends up really hitting high volume strength to consider any sort of long entry, or we're going with it for now. At least we're here in a spot where if buyers are going to get interested and we're going to get a bounce, this is typically where we'll see it. A few of them are in that kind of place now. This looks like it overshot the fib, so I didn't draw it. I mean, it's way past, right? I'll leave it in there just to show that we that we are past it. That suggests we're going to go to support in the bigger picture, but of course, volume leads the way. There's just not much here when you have these sort of things to your left. Widespread, quick over an area, you'll tend to go through it quickly again to the downside. But again, we are seeing some demand on a fake break. This is a bullish pattern here, so we'll take it as it comes. All right, they're like 5 blocks away. All right, my burger's on its way. Good morning, good morning. But I like the idea now of just looking for this London hour trade this early. And meanwhile, just taking it in, whatever else is going on. No rush. It usually does set up pretty early. Hopefully it's not cold. Yeah, the place is not far away. It shouldn't be. concerned about my burger. It's cold out. I need to keep it in a food warmer thingy, hopefully. Yeah, man. London hour trade. See what we get today. Wouldn't be surprised if it's to break to the upside after this sort of maneuver, right? Big break, high volume, but it is the London hour open volume, and that's always going to be high, so I don't take that too seriously. Let's get some new information. All right, they're like 4 blocks away. I'm going to try to make this quick. Who wants to trade the London hour trade on my account if I miss the entry? No, that's okay. I'll do it. Good morning, good morning. How much is a burger in New York? This burger was $16. And this is one of the cheaper places, but they're good. Basically, if you want a burger with some French fries and a drink, you're spending $20, $25. $25. A few years ago, it was $15. Yeah. You really can't get enough food unless you spend like $25. That's a meal now. Insane. Yeah, you can complain about it. You could scream about who you got to vote for, or you could just make more money. Just do that, right? That's my plan. That's how I combat inflation. Gross it up. All right, let's see how close are they. Riza is taking care of your order today. Thank you very much. Delivering a burger at 4 in the morning in freezing cold weather. You got to tip them good, man. That's rough. You know, most of them seem to have a pretty good attitude about it. But then again, I'm the customer. What are they going to be all grumpy to me? Hey, how you doing, sir? Enjoy your food. As they walk away, they're like, this sucks. Okay. I will be back in 1 minute. Hopefully this won't take too long. Be right back. Be right back. All right, I am back. Didn't miss it, right? No? Okay. Ooh, this guy's close. All right, we are here. First order of business, London hour setup. Let's see if we get an entry. Pound dollar, pound yen. Prize. I was supposed to get onion rings. Yeah, that's all right. I think the onion rings are on the burger. I don't know what they did. Do I get a plastic straw like the old days? Well, they got plastic straws. That's like banned here in New York. They use paper straws. They last about 2 minutes and then they turn to mush. You're eating paper. Stupid. Meanwhile, the whole cup they give you is plastic, but the straw, no, has to be paper. Everybody hates the paper straws. It's so stupid. Okay, we're pushing to the upside here. I'm not going to talk with my mouth full, but I'm starving. Let's go. Yeah, it ain't teenagers, man. This is full-grown adults delivering burgers at 4 in the morning. That's rough. Let's see. Hey, respect the grind. Respect the grind. Yes. Okay. So, breaking out to the upside, pound dollar. What are we dealing with here? We got a few minutes left on this bar. I don't mind the bullish fake break strength pattern, even though again that was London hour volume, so I don't consider that as much, but we like this pattern. Whoever went long in here got kicked out. That's good for them. Maybe we'll go up and hit the short stops. Pound yen hasn't broken. As far as what's to the left, I'm not really worried about buying into this area. It's just kind of rangy yesterday. Let's see where we might go with this thing. See if it confirms. So that's 30 pips back to the high of the day. So that's your reasonable 1-to-1 or better target there, just to get to the back to the high. So if we have a rangy day off of this, or who knows? Let's see the 1 minute, get that early info on the volume. It's a little increased. It's a little on the high side. Maybe we'll get the short. Let's see. Maybe we'll get nothing, because that happens sometimes. I was talking to somebody that got annoyed that I didn't tell him to buy at 15. Like, I'm not going to tell you to do what you... He's like, should I buy now? Like, I don't know. Sure. People think I just know where everything is going to go all the time. 15 was cheap. I don't know. You could have bought it 15. I got to tell him. They just Google the price. Well, let's see. Okay, obviously there's going to be a bit too much volume here for the breakout trade to the upside. So that's the first thing here. It's higher than the previous 3 or 4, so that's not going to work for a long entry. We stick to our rules. We have high standards. Here it is on another broker just to see higher than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 volumes. So in this case, I wouldn't mind, seeing even more volume on an attempt to move up and coming down and rejecting for the short. There is the possibility that we do close up and volume's decreased. And it does suggest it's going to move up, but I don't know. That's got to be really convincing. 1 minute volume, it's not going to totally affect my decision. It was on the higher side. But the 5 minute, yeah, it's just too high. The one that I'm making my decisions off of, yeah, that's too high for the long entry there. And the other broker, again, too high. What's that level? I don't know what that is. The other broker. Okay. AU seems. I was thinking, I'm trying to decide what to do on this situation where you have volume here. It's a bit on the high side, too high to go long. It's not huge, it's not climactic, but it's too high to go long. Now, as a result, if we close up at or near the high on decreased, really lower volume, is that okay to take the trade at that point? This is one of the last little details to work out. We started doing this in October, I think. So we pretty much have it all worked out and probably did 15 trades live on it or something. But that's kind of been in my mind. I'd rather see high volume here, do the fake break and short, and not have to worry about it. But I'm thinking, probably not to do that, right? The volume's too high, and then you close up on decreased volume. It's already shown you the price area. It's already shown too much supply. It's not that situation of breaking out due to lack of supply as part of the reason, part of the elements. But in this case, if we get high volume again, even higher, and then just do the fake breakdown, that's the easy short. That one's following the rules. All right, I'm watching things. I got to take a couple of bites. I'm starving. Pound yen, still waiting for that. Could easily, of course, still get that trade. Oh, okay. I saw on the Discord. So you're posting in the London hour trade chat, but it's a different trade. The London hour trade is for the pound. Confusing. GU, the low volume pull away from 14 May could be a bullish signal. Low volume 14 GU. I'm not reading too much into that first hour of London session. I read a lot into what happens outside those lines. Not particularly. Do I like euro dollar? I'm not really looking to chase a breakout on the other pairs at the moment. We're considering dollar index. Yeah, make sure if you're trading the Australian dollar, you do it in the Australian dollar chat, not the London hour. I thought you guys got into something incorrectly. Low volume break. Okay, I guess. This looks sort of medium to me. You're saying this might be a bullish sign, but then when we finally got to really find out about sellers, we have lots of volume. It's not huge, but it's certainly an increase showing selling. So that was then, this is now, and this doesn't really tell me much anyway. We'll see if this actually gives maybe the fake break. Something to consider this time of day. Most of you have seen it a million times, but just to remember, this is normal. It's London Open. So we're just kind of getting back to normal. I'm not really thinking this is low volume. Right? That's why I don't even worry about the first hour so much. Is that good enough for me to take this short? I'm thinking it probably is here. Let's see, we got good spikes on the 1 minute up here. Weakness. And it's all kind of increased. The whole area. Could be the short, huh? On these fake breaks, I like them to happen the sooner the better. A lot of times you'll see it on immediately the next bar. But in this case, if we moved up, and again, we have higher volume on these two than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on this, it's like even better. And we do it soon, then we're good. Then I'll take this short. If we mess around up here and bounce off of this, right? Resistance turn support, bounce, or anything like that, nah. It's got to come down really soon. Pound yen. Okay, it did it. So I would consider the short entry if we close back into this range. This is a new candle bar here. We got to wait. Looking at stop loss. Yeah, 20 pips, 25 pips the most, depending on where the entry actually is. Nothing out of the ordinary stop-wise. One sloppy burger, man. Barbecue sauce. A little spicy. It's good. Don't get barbecue sauce in the mouse. Few minutes left on this bar. I gotta stop bickering with traders on YouTube. I'm getting sucked in, man. Bicker, bicker, bicker. It usually ends with, all right, trade live and prove your thing works, your little MA cross indicator, and I'll buy 100 of them. I'll buy 1,000 of them if it works. That's usually when they disappear. Oh, I got statements, bro. I got statements. Yeah, because you can't fake statements. Sure. The crazy thing is, these traders will argue with me, and I'll be like, go to my channel. You will see my January results. And you can go back further than that when I was trading in the live stream. But they don't care. Oh, you just yeah, traders like you, they just exist on the internet. Another one of you guys. Oh, another one of those smart money concept guys. I'm like, I was trading before anyone called anything smart money concept. Trade live. I will buy your product. I'll buy 100 of your product. Trade live. That's where it ended. Oh, he doesn't want to make a sale, huh? Hey, if it works, we'll all buy it, right? Get out of here. I gotta stop. I gotta just stop. I got sucked into it, you know? Bickering with fake traders with MA cross indicators for sale for $29.95. Like, come on, man, stop it. All right, anyway. So let's see here. I might be entering this trade very soon. Pound yen as well? Uh-oh. Okay, well, this guy's about to close, so I got to get ready. Yeah, okay. Very good, very good. So the pound dollar may be setting up here. We're looking at the close. See how big I want to go. I still want to be able to put something on the pound yen, perhaps. So just thinking about my risk. Stop loss, you know, about 50. That's 25 pips from here. Let's see. I'm just waiting on the close. There we go. Okay, so I'm getting in the short trade. Pound dollar short. I'm in the trade. Stop loss. Let's put it at 120.51. 27 pips stop. Okay, so I'm in the pound dollar short. London hour trade confirmed. As far as risk, I can still take something on the pound yen. Maybe a bit smaller. I don't want to over risk. A bit smaller than the pound dollar trade. So I have that short in there. I like that the volume was high enough for me. Again, this is London Open volume, so I don't expect that to happen. But as we chilled out, we got a nice increase, obviously, there. Didn't take too long to do the fake break pattern. As I said, you don't want to hang out up here. It's within a couple of bars. You got to be back. So that happened. Also, the close within the range is nice here, too. Closing near the low. Like I said, the stop loss is here at, like, what is it, 51. So that's gives a lot of room. If we do anything beyond a fake break of this high, yeah, you probably just want to get out anyway. No big stop. Okay, so we got that. This didn't quite test support, but it got close and we're not seeing much strength come in. This could be our typical pause and test. Maybe see a no demand situation here at the 14. All right. All right, let me take a couple of bites of my burger. It's so sloppy. It's just a mess of all the ingredients now. Just with every bite, it's falling apart. So I am short. London hour trade, GU. Live results for January, London hour trade. 7 wins, 1 loss. I did not expect that, honestly. That's kind of nuts. Keeping my eye on the pound yen. Yeah, that didn't break out yet. If it's going to at all, we'll see. Strong US dollar to help this trade along, perhaps. Well, the pound itself is lagging a bit behind on the down move here. Hopefully that's short-lived, as it usually is with that stuff. But our dollar index moving up to help our pound trade move down. If it just goes back to where it was earlier, it'll be a nice trade. What is that there? Well, that's a decent pip count right there, isn't it? What do we got? 10, 20, 30. Well, almost 40 pips just to support. So London hour trade confirmed, pound dollar short. Nothing yet on the pound yen. I'm eating a burger. Life is good. Dollar index, we want to go up, and everything's good and happy. So potentially what's going on here is, I mean, you could see it with the activity. Yesterday and today, people were buying low, right? Generally weak dollar we had before this. Anyone buying low in here, a lot of them got their stop hit here. And then you have those that may have gone long through here, long into, well, forget that for a second. Those chasing this down move today, ooh, got to go short now, right? Look at this. Where are they putting their stop? Looks like they probably got hit here. And then you got those who just take this little thingy here and go long. And their stop losses down here. So let's see if we can do that. As far as anything else, obviously with the dollar pairs, I'd be kind of just doubling up on my risk. They're likely to correlate. Yen pairs. I mean, since London opened, we don't have much here. We have a down move as it kind of lost any good structure. Volume just dying out as it does after London opened, but not really doing anything since that. So I think it's a wait and see on the yen pairs. It could be a short, up move with weakness. I don't know. But we got to get out of this area now and just see what's around. Bring up the news. Checking the news. Look at that guy. He knows what he's doing. So today we have... Oh, yeah. Powell's speech. And that's pretty late, so... No news at the normal times here. More speaking. They gotta speak. Stop speaking. You know what? Just dissolve the Fed altogether. Yeah, that's Friday. Thursday. Not a big news week. Nothing crazy. No interest rate decisions. We don't need this guy to speak. We don't need him to do anything. Just go away. Who are you? Why do we need you? Anyway. I think you all should be fired at the Fed. How about that? What was your job? Who voted for you? Nobody? Yes, my burger was tasty. Thank you. Powell, no good. Yeah, I assume. I'm out of the loop. I don't pay attention. I don't even want to see these people. Same shit, different dude. You all know. Well, eat a burger, make some money. Hashtag grateful. We need him because he has to fix the mess he made. Yes. That wasn't Einstein that said you can't solve the problem from the same place you were when you created it. Right. I mean, if their number one job is to control inflation, right, I would say you're fired. Who used to say that? So we're sitting in the pound dollar short on the London hour trade. Live results 7-1. It blows my mind even though I invented it. Let's see if we get 8-1. Pound yen. Oh, I took my scoreboard off. Scoreboard. I got to update it. Pound yen. Nothing yet. Do I want to go short also on the pound yen if that sets up? Maybe. The onion rings were actually in the burger itself, and it also came with fries. I thought it was onion rings. Well, not since you asked. I thought it was onion rings on the side instead of fries, because I got the Texas burger with barbecue sauce. It was a little spicy. Nice. You go flat when he talks. Yeah. Any all in the category of high impact news, whether it's a Powell speech or whatever. Yeah, that's casino gambling to me. Trying to trade news moves. We need order out of chaos. We don't want to worry about the chaos. No, not Burger King. No. I've heard too many things about Burger King and McDonald's. This was an actual lesser-known joint with real food. You know, you hear all these things about McDonald's and Burger King. The last thing I heard was, you don't know if it's true, but you know, you've heard what they put in the burgers. Some of you may have heard. Somebody was saying that they were at the factory or whatever, and they saw a cow that was decomposing, and that they put the meat in. It had been dead for a while. And they were like, yeah, put him in. I don't know if it's true. Mr. Dean, yeah. I think I pretty much gave it up. I can't remember the last time. I guess, you know, there was no official point where I'm like, I'm never eating that again. But, yeah, it's pretty much official at this point. Just get a regular burger. Make it yourself. You know, get it from a diner or something. It's not even cheap anymore, right? I don't know. Do you guys know? Who eats McDonald's? I'm sure it's not even cheap anymore. Like, what's the point? That pink slime looks good, yeah. Yeah, those chicken nuggets, you could tell that it's mostly not chicken. Whatever's in there, it's like filler. It's like recycled cardboard. It's just the topic for the whole session. All right, I'm good. I'm full. Let's stop talking about food. Ricardo, you're eyeing that GJ right into fib, huh? Let's see. I think if it sets up and it's good, keep my standards really high already since I'm in a trade, and I am already short the pound. But if it sets up really well, I'll put a smaller risk position on that because I don't want to over risk short on the pound. Everything, max out my risk on that. I'll go small. Let's see how it looks. The lower the volume, the better. The closer it is to the low of the bar on the close, the better. And also, I mean, obviously, we're selling into an area that, if we do sell, that if buyers are around, if they're looking to accumulate today, they're going to be in here. So, yeah, there's that. Couple of minutes left on this bar. It's looking good as far as how it's just sitting at that low. For high volume to occur, price has to jump around. Number one. For buyers to be swooping in and being all over it, you typically can't hang out at the low of the bar, right? You'll keep getting pushed up. Well, that's not happening. It's just accepting this price like it's not even a breakout, right? Just like accepting it like nothing. That's a good start. Let's see the 1 minute. Yeah, slight increase into new low ground. It's like you're going to get that every time, but this is low stuff. Obviously, there's no long trade on a fake break, but yeah, it just popped up now. Got to wait for the close. But there's not much activity, and you could even see this close on low volume, medium volume, and then have the next one confirm. That's fine, because we're just seeing this area not having any issue, really. That's the point. We need this guy to break through. Ooh, coffee time. Yeah. Keep an eye on this. All right, so we have that close, and there's no entry because it closed right on the line. But we don't have any issue with high volume, and the next bar could be an entry. So another 5 minutes, and we'll see that. What are we doing here? No music? You're long coffee. Coffee is the greatest. I had a very bad start to the day, though, I gotta tell you, Mr. Dean, because I ran out of my coffee, right? And all I had was some old bag, leftover, cheap crap, and I drank it. The horror. But I got the good stuff again. So pound yen will be valid if we can close down. The lower the better on volume, the closer it is to low on the close. If you like selling it to fib areas, this one's for you. What's that? I don't know what kind of beans. I'm not really a coffee expert. Need to get the 100% organic. Okay, hand pick. Okay. Yeah, I should. Where do I get that? Like what brand? I bet there are buyers in an area says hub. I think there might be as well. But typically, if you hit the 50 fib and you get into the area and you don't see demand, there's a good chance that you actually get to the 618 from what I've observed. This is where you get the read on it. If you're coming into here and you don't have demand coming in, you're not going to see it till 618. So at least there's that. All right, we're getting into a bit of profit. Oh, we're up 10 pips. All right, there's the entry, 24. All right, cool. Let's see, we got a minute left on this. Like I said, if I take the pound yen, I'm going smaller risk because when I got into the pound dollar, I don't know if the pound yen's going to set up or not. So I took a position that I wanted to take, so I don't want to go crazy on risk. Shorting the pound and just, risk and check. Come on. Close down. We'll see the 1 minute. There's like a general increase in here that I don't like. I'm not pushing it. There's the close in the middle of the bar. So if I'm being picky here, I want it to close down near the low. That could happen here. Give it another 5 minutes and see. But yeah, keeping my standards high, being right, keeping it right. I mean, if we can't close in the lower area of the bar, what are we doing? We're dealing with some buyers. And again, the 1 minute is just generally a bit increased through here. The lower the better. That's a little bit of increase over where we were. So that's why I'm not in it yet. Those two reasons. Coco, welcome. Good morning. All right, coffee's ready. Cha-ching. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Life is good. The simple things, right? At least I'm not delivering burgers at 4 in the morning. Hashtag grateful. There it goes. Let's see. And at about 15, 16 pips. You know, I don't like to touch it till we get to at least 20 pips. Minimum. Unless the chart says there's a problem, right? So that would be at 04. Oh, we're almost there. This trade is ridiculous. Come on. What is going on? 8-1. 8 wins, 1 loss. And I have to say that the side note with the 1 loss, right? A lot of you guys didn't take it. It was before news, and I'm like, okay, I'm going really tiny risk. That was the 1 loss. It was like, we kind of knew it was a little crazy to do going into news. But that's good. It's all a live experience. You know, if there was high impact pound news coming up, you might want to lower that risk or skip it or whatever, right? But more days than not, it's all good, nice and easy. Nice, Philip. Nice. Eat a burger, make some money. This is just too easy. This is just too much. Pound yen interesting? What happened? I didn't take it. Yeah. It closes in a minute, not even. Yeah, closing at or near the low on low volume. Looks like you're going to get that. Oh my God. I feel like I'm being greedy if I take that. Maybe if I put my stop to break even on the pound dollar. You know, risk, you know. That whole risk thing. Okay, so here's 20 pips profit on the pound dollar short. This is where I'm allowed to start closing. I allow myself. Bit of activity on that. I could close the third. Who's going to stop me? Are you going to stop me, anybody? I've got my window open to close a third of the pound dollar short. Yeah, why not? Okay, so I did that. I closed a third of the pound dollar short. And I'm putting my stop at break even. Little something in the bank, no risk on the trade. I either make a little or a lot. Thanks, pound. So who's in the pound yen? I have no risk on. Should I? It's valid. Should I? Schmould I? It's supposed to be in trades that are setups. Yeah, I'll go small in the pound yen. I have no risk on right now. I'm not even. Still not going to do anything huge there. Okay. So I put like a half position on the pound yen short. So my risk is, nothing crazy here. Little something in the bank. No risk on the GU short. And now a half risk position to bring back some risk on the pound yen. So I went pretty small. I didn't even do the pip count because I just know this position size is small. I'm not going to be over risking. What's the entry here? Rounds it off 2.5. I could put my stop here at 5.5. Yeah, that's a bit big, but it is the pound yen. As far as pip count, it's a little big. I'll go with 50. 158.50. 29 pip stop. Yeah. That's not that big for the pound yen. You know how it is sometimes. All right. So I have a small risk position on the pound yen short. Here's the confirmation. And this guy has stop at break even with a little in the bank. What else? So, yeah, the other yens are kind of similar. Well, not the AJ. EJ just closed down on low volume. Yen index trending up. Yeah, this... Of course, we need that to pretty much break and do a leg up for that pound yen to work out. This guy, we want that. Getting there. Carbs. I didn't think you'd make it. Morning. Hey guys, Carb puts vanilla creamer in his coffee. Flavored. Boo. Sorry, Carb. All right, I'll be nice. I'll be nice today. That's your nickname, Vanilla Creamer. I don't drink it black. I put half and half, man. I'm styling. I put half and half. I don't even mess with milk. The thing is, when the half and half gets hot, it actually gets sweet. You know, like when you cook milk, it gets sweet. So the hot half and half gives a bit of sweetness. That's enough. Black coffee. That's for old guys in jean jackets with mustaches. Construction sites. That's where you get black coffee. Half and half is for old people? Get out of here. Yeah, classy old people. I don't know. No, it's not. Hub says whole milk. This is a really in-depth discussion about trading today here. So, London hour. This was the entry here. Let's go. This was the entry here. Let's go. Do we trust the yen to move up? We need this guy to break to the upside. But like I said, smaller position on the pound yen. Really about the pound dollar for me here. But that has no risk on it, so it's all good. Run, baby, run. I mean, whole milk if there's no half and half around, you know? Well, when I'm home, it's the whole milk. When I'm at the studio, it's the half and half. Hey, as long as I keep getting winning trades, you guys are going to show up and listen to my garbage anyway, right? So I can say anything I want. Isn't that how it works? No. You know the London hour trade. Why are you even here? You don't need me anymore. It's more fun together, guys, isn't it? Yeah. Thanks for attending. You know, I really thought, especially once I started putting my win-loss ratio and we had a great month in January, I thought, you know, you stick to it, you grind. You know, it's not terrible grind. I like doing this. You live stream, you're trading. You help out. You win. Figured it's going to grow, right? How many people are in here? Yeah, about the average. Doesn't really go anywhere, does it? Oh, whatever. Don't ask me for advice on YouTube. Growing your YouTube. That I do not know. Pound yen, come on up. Let's go. I mean the yen index, rather. Dollar index as well. Just over 20 pips. Let's see if we can get to support and maybe the fake break. That's realistic. If we can get there, I'll probably look to close some just because of the fact that this area might bring a bounce. So I may close most of the trade there. That would be like 45 pips or something there. If we can get there, but no risk on that trade either way. A little something in the bank. This guy's sitting here. Let's go. We got spoiled with these trades. This is just too easy, though. It's stupid. I should have sold it as an indicator for $1,000. Oh well, missed opportunity. Or $29.95, like the guy I was arguing with earlier. Hi, if you're watching. We'd all like to buy your indicator. Just show us live results. All 22 of us would like to buy your moving average cross special. Anything else of interest? I'm in a dollar trade, I'm in a yen trade, so it's not like I'm going to get into a euro dollar or something else right now. Is this weakness going to play out? What was that? The news earlier? No. And we're in the middle of this range. And technically it's weakness, and then on this push below, you got the London Open volume spike, which technically came in as demand, but I don't read too much into that time of day. And now we're just sitting in the middle of those 2 points. So, yeah, it's nothing really to do. What's the background here? Yeah. Maybe a range trade. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to go go with this down move, if you're looking to go with the down move, this might be the way to go, right? A lot of you already know this. Getting the fake break weakness there. Small groups are better to steer on course. Yeah, I think so too. I kind of joke about it, but in the end, like I've said it before, like, yeah, if you had, you know, 1,000 people in here and the chat's going so fast I can't even read it, and getting spammed, and it's just chaotic. Yeah, this is cool. In the end, actually, this is better. Go with the flow. This is what I got, and I like it. The big ones become about the person leading them. Ugh. Now it's just about my coffee today. Also keeps me off the radar. You guys learned the London hour trade. Good. Maybe there's 50 people, 100 people in the whole world that know that trade. That's good. That's fine. We'll keep it that way. Yeah, we were saying that before. It's kind of careful what you wish for. This is actually perfect. Or else I'd be sitting here talking to myself. Mr. Hub, you've been trading Forex for about 6 years. All right, so you are not new. Have you learned the London hour trade rules? Either from the video or from the live streams? If you've been trading 6 years and you see this London hour trade and how simple it is, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? You know, 6 years, you've probably seen it all, tried it all. And to have something this simple that's working, looks like we're going to be 8-1 or 9-1 for the year so far. We'll see what happens here. It's kind of ridiculous. It really is. Yeah, in 6 years, right? And I don't know if you know the rules of the setup in the London hour. It's just so simple. It's crazy. It is crazy. I could make a video called "This One Trick Will Make You Rich," and then they won't be clickbait. I'll back it up. Forget everything you know about trading. Just do this one trick to get rich. Oh, click on that video. And then it's this trade. You're like, oh, okay. Huh. This isn't clickbait. It works. What indicator do you use for volume? Oh, it's just a regular volume indicator. You know, it doesn't really matter. In this case, it's colored to show green if it's high volume on down moves, suggesting there may be buying into the down moves in strength, especially when it's really high. Red is selling it to the up move. Don't need it. Really don't need it. I just like colors. And on that topic, I always say, when it comes to volume, number one, no fancy indicators will do anything helpful. Nothing. Better volume, all that shit. And also, I'm very against all indicators of all kinds. This thing on the bottom is nothing. These are all traps to get people to ask, and I tell them not to use it. Moving averages have their place. 14 is very helpful. But yeah, learning to read volume and price to understand what's going on. The raw data is all you need. And I've seen nothing. I went through every volume indicator on TradingView, everything on FOREX Factory that people made. Like I went through everything. And these colors, again, are just, they're not, sometimes they're wrong. Whatever. I'm not trading based on these colors, whatever. But we took the short, and okay, we got a red thingy. If that wasn't red, I would still have taken it, whatever. But if you want to learn to use volume, watch my videos. Hub, you're swing trading. Okay. Low stress. Patience. I swing trade everything else besides Forex. Everything else is that. Crypto, stocks, everything else, gold, silver, that's all swing trading for me. So this is the only thing I'm staring at a chart. That I can check in a few times a day. That's it. I don't have to get the best price and all that stuff. No stress. Patience, buy low, sell high. Oil. Forex.com is, I used to use FXCM. That's no longer available in the US, I don't think. But I do still use FXCM volume. All right, our pound yen's starting to go. But I have a couple accounts with them under different names. My wife has a trading account. You use Onda? Okay. What I heard about them is that their spreads get really crazy on news. I don't know if that's still the case with Onda. Yeah. Oanda. But if you're looking for a who asked? Jackie. Yeah, if you're looking for a broker, I mean, you got spreads. When the spreads are really low, you might have to worry about commission, which is all kind of ends up being the same. But I always say go with the ones that have been around for a long time. Nothing new. And nobody based in like Russia. I had a deal with a Russian broker once. That wasn't good. So what are we looking at here? I'm up about 23 pips or so on the pound dollar short. I closed the third, stopped to break even. Pound yen, almost into profit. I got in here. You're in the U.S. with stupid. Yeah, the U.S. you find out pretty quickly that the regulation has blocked a lot of brokers from being available in the U.S. So yeah. IG, that might be okay. I know they've been around for a while. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I have an account with IG also. Yes. I had no issues with IG. Yeah, IG is fine. I have an account with them. I just don't use it. Yeah. Yeah, IG was fine also. Forex.com is fine. IG, I remember IG, when you go to withdraw your money, it's like, hey, who are you? Prove who you are all over again. Yeah, that I remember about IG. They were like, show your bank statement, show this particular transaction in your bank statement from IG. You know, take another picture of your ID or whatever it was. It was like, oh my gosh, can I just withdraw back to the account I deposited from? Why is it so complicated? The first time I sent them the picture of my bank statement, they didn't accept it. I'm like, come on, because it didn't show enough. It was too cropped or whatever. But eventually I got the money. It was fine. No problem really with them. Futures, no, I've never traded futures. I like spot. I learned on spot. I did use futures volume for a little while to try to see if that was going to be any better, and I did not like it better. I had futures volume and tick and spot volume on the chart together, which you could do in like MT4. Really didn't gain much from it. And I prefer this volume in this market because just this is what I spent so many years looking at. Any news coming up? No, 8:30. Okay. 3 hours, light impact. This is really the news today. Our buddy Powell. You're fired. All right, making our way pretty well on the pound dollar short. As long as there's no issue with high volume strength, I really should not close any more of it. No, it's fine. This one's fine as well. As you can see, the previous 5 minutes closing into new low ground. Volume on the low side, no issue with strength coming in. 1 minute says no issue with strength coming in. Okay. London hour trade does it again today. It's incredible. What did I learn all this shit for? But we'll see. I'm not in a rush. If we end up seeing other things that may form today. Right now, I'm already short against the yen, short against the dollar. So, like I said, I wouldn't want to get into something else. This is something to keep an eye on for later. This short. I'm not even going to leave. Forget that. This would be nice. Because we had the weakness early. We had a nice reaction to that. This is only London Open, so you can't take that volume too seriously. That's the London Open volume, which brought you back to where we may see this selling again. And, of course, you know the fake break is ding, ding, ding. That might be the time to do it. So eyeing that today at whatever point, could be later. Euro dollar trending down for a couple of days after an uptrend. And all that news. And the big old fib here, which could have brought us some real accumulation volume, which we haven't really seen. Of course, that could happen today. Seen that a million times, right? Textbook. Get the volume on there. Higher the better. It could be somewhere around U.S. Open. We got things to look for. Wow, notice the 1 hour candle on the dollar pairs. Euro dollar, up candle, blue. AU is kind of in the middle, and then GU. Yeah, man, because we're short. So we do have weak pound as we're short, not just strong dollar, strong yen. Let's see the pound versus the euro versus the pound. Yes, moving up because we have weak pound. Nice. What else we got down here? Pound versus Canada. Bam. Weak pound. We're short. Nice. You think the VSA traders went long here? That's London Open volume. Don't trust it. Nice. Like I said, I put a smaller position on the pound yen because when I got in the pound dollar, who knows if the pound yen's going to set up or not. I don't want to go small, and then I don't get a second trade. So I went decent size. And then when this set up, I don't want to over risk, so I went small on it. So when you're dealing with this stuff, right, you might get yourself into that situation. And you don't want to just, over risk in the same direction on 2 pound pairs and just max out your risk. Or at least me. You have your limits. You don't want to pass your risk tolerance. They're likely to have the same outcome. So you're kind of just adding risk to your situation. Also adding reward, but still. And we've had some rare times, maybe once or twice in the live 15 or 20 trades of this that we've done, where they were both setting up roughly about the same time. So it's like half and half. Whichever one looks better, you may put more position on the one that looks better. Right? Struggling a bit to keep going here. I hope we don't have to sit through a retracement. We're really getting spoiled on this trade. No retracement, no whammies. No 14 EMA, no nothing. Oh, that's the entry. Dollar index up. Oh, come on. Yen up. Break. Yeah, we need these guys to go. It's nice that the pound is weak, but we get a pop-up on these guys. Pop into new high ground, breakout, then yeah, all good. But meanwhile, the pound's weak enough. Look at that. Look at the pound versus the yen as we're short. And look at the euro versus the yen. Sideways. AJ, sideways. UJ, sideways. Pound yen? Yeah. It's a pound-driven trade. What's driving your trade? Gosh, I almost want a bit of strength so I can close more of this. Come on. You pull it down with the mouse. That's the trick. Let's see if I can do it. There you go. Oh, slipped. Ugh, we need these guys to go. We need them to go. It's nice that the pound is weak, but we need this. We need this. Would you consider going long EB? What's B? Euro Bitcoin? Must be a typo. You just bought the scalping strategy. Okay, thank you very much. I will email that to you. That's not automated, so I have to send it to you manually. So I'll do that in just a minute. I don't trade the euro versus the pound. No, that's not something I would ever trade. I only trade versus the US dollar versus the yen. But I do look at it for information and to see that, hopefully in this case today, everything's kicking the pound's butt, which this one is. But no, those are really small pips. You probably don't have a great spread. No. For me personally, I only trade the dollar and yen pairs. I feel like that's the bigger picture story in the market. That's where the real money is. That's where the high probability stuff is going. And as far as strength and weakness of a euro, pound, Australian dollar, throughout the day, that can really fluctuate. But when the dollar and the yen are driving your moves, you can have more predictable longer-term tradable moves, in my opinion. What I'd like to do is move my stop to break even on the pound yen, so now I have no risk. But I keep it's just toying with my break even here. Up 25 pips on this. Come on. Yeah, I mean, if I don't trust the pound yen, if I don't like it, I could close it. We do have some volume coming in. This is the fib thing, Like we said going in. If you like selling to fibs, trades is for you. Mark this in advance today because of course, as most of you know, this could be an area that attracts buyers. Could be. You wait till you get there and you see. But yeah, selling into an area that could attract buyers wasn't not my favorite idea. But it's small risk, and here we have some volume. I could get out at break even here, plus 1 pip, whatever I'm at. This trade has no risk on it with something in the bank, so I'm not too worried about that. It's looking good. Let's get to support. Let's get to something. Here's our zone, where we may start to see buy activity, or at least tell us about buy activity off of the close. Higher than the previous 3 bars on the volume as it tried to move down. So if we get a bullish reaction to this, I could close it. I'm just very weary of this area. As I said before I even entered, it's not like a sudden idea here. This is where the buyers may show up. Even for a bounce and then it continues down, whatever, right? It's just an area that demand tends to be active. It was a really nice entry into here to not see that demand. That usually means we're going to get down to here. But it's could be sharks in the water. Yeah, we really need that to happen for this pound yen. Otherwise, I might just get out. The 14 EMA on an index, it seems to still matter, doesn't it? If it closes below 14, we're losing some probability. If the pound yen closes up bullish candle as a result of this volume in this zone in particular, we lose some probability. So my thinking is maybe get out at break even if I'm not satisfied here with a close down off of this volume. I could get out of this at break even. I could look to trim off some more of this profit and just see what else I can get on it, and that's that. Here, a little increase on volume, a little bit. Let's see the 1 minute. You feel it, right? A little bit of buying came in. Yeah. Down bar, high volume, stop progress, upward reaction. Yeah. These guys not behaving. It's not all sunshine and roses, you know. All of a sudden the trade could do whatever it wants. Let's see. Two minutes till the close of this 5 minute. If this closes down, this closes up. Not a great sign for the pound yen short. Could just close it around break even here. This was the entry on the close of here. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to mess around with any sort of up move and drawdown. Just want to have my coffee and be relaxed. So spoiled by this London hour trade, I swear. Getting towards the closes. Got to push it up. Tough. Music? Why does it stop? Closes, closes. There's the close, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm only down a couple of pips on the pound yen. I could just close it. I could see if it rejects the 14. You know. It's not terrible, but we saw some strength, and I don't like the reaction. I don't like the fact that this guy closed below the 14 when we really just need to break out here. This guy was looking for the bounce off the 14, not happening at the moment. How weak is the pound still? About average at this point in time. What to do? What to do? Decisions. What's keeping these trades going and not pulling back is just the fact that the pound is so weak. The yen and the dollar are not playing along now, you see. They're just going flat. This is coming down. They need to be moving up. And the pattern here just coming to maybe pass and then come back to test and continue here is not happening. Close below 14. Close below 14. But yeah, this London hour trade. Oh my gosh! You know what I did a couple days ago? I went back through the live streams and just looked at the entries again. I was looking at the entries and how they played out. Skip on to the next one. I can't believe it. Something this simple and this repetitive would be such high win ratio. Well, I better believe it. I don't believe it. That is why you fail. Have you guys been doing it? When you're not here, whatever. Yeah, here we go. Pound dollar. Let's go. London rules are your YouTube video archive. Yes, Hub, they are. There's a video called The London Hour Trade. It's only 17 minutes long, and it shows you all the rules. And then you can go to my live streams. The last, 10, 15 of them or something are actually marked when the entries are. So you could skip to the entry. I don't know if everybody realized the value of this trade. Expect you guys to go crazy. I don't know, but it's so simple. What the hell, man? It seems too good to be true. I've been looking at charts for such a long time. I never did anything like this, and then this win rate is just ridiculous. Now we did have a run, when we started testing in October, there was 4 or 5 wins in a row. Then there were some losses. I think we learned along the way we might want to skip Mondays. I usually don't trade Monday anyway. You might want to skip high impact news for the pound coming in 30 minutes and you're about to get into the London hour trade. You might want to skip that. It would be really great if you would make a video of all your entries. Oh gosh, editing work. What's up with this thing? Come on. Come on with these guys. All right. What do I want to do here? This is absolutely the point of no return. If the pound yen goes above here, it's only like a 10 pip drawdown, but I don't want to deal with a failed breakout into the fib zone with some strength, and I'm short, and then be giving back profit. Like I said, I went smaller on this position, and if I get out minus 10, minus 15 pips, it's not a big deal. Well, this guy's doing its thing. Come on. Ugh. Yen is not behaving. Well, you could do it. You could make a video of all the entries and share it. I'll post it on my channel. Do I have to do it? Man, you guys just want... You just want it that easy, huh? You know what? I'll just trade your account for you, and I'll keep half the profit. There you go. Now you don't have to do anything. Just kidding. Mr. Hub, I'm just kidding around. You figured demand before Fed. I don't know. I figure let's not be in a trade and let's not even worry about it. As you probably agree. It's like you're probably doing what I do, which is you guess for fun. I guess news moves for fun. I don't trade them. Unless I'm in a trade and my stop is at break even. I was like, yeah, let's go news move, see what we get. But yeah, predicting them for fun's sake, not to trade, which is probably what you mean anyway. Yeah. It's funny when you're in a bullish environment and you see prices are coming down and there's buying coming in and it's coming down and news is coming up. News comes out and it drops even more. You go, it's a trap move. And then you're right. And so on. See, sometimes the news moves are really predictable. It matches the background. It's just like a big old stop hunt and all that. But then there's other times where it is actual chaos, it seems like, from what I gather from the charts. That it is actually, getting out of positions, waiting. The price spazzes all around. It kind of figures itself out eventually by the end of the day, but there's not much you could gather from it. You got to start moving on now. That seems to happen too. Hey, it's Bernie Madoff. Are you still in jail? How's the food? We got Bernie Madoff in here. We got celebrities. Hey, Bernie, could you invest some money for me? I heard you're good at that. Market makers clear the stops before the news drop. The algos take over. Clear the stops before the news? Or does the news sometimes clear the stops in itself? I think both is possible. That's the thing. It's like, it may do this, it may do that, it may do that. That's why we're not trading news moves. We predict them as a hobby. I was told to wait an hour after news, let it settle. If the thing is, like I was saying, it can have so many different actions on news. It could be something very predictable, like, I thought this was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. In that case, I can look to trade pretty soon after the news. But when it's like, okay, we don't know really what the market wants to do, it seems to be just waiting for news, and then the news comes out, and then it's like, okay, now we have some action. Let's wait and see where this leads, and wait for normal action to get us set up. But there are those times where news could be like, get you to the spot you were waiting for to get in. But as a general rule, patience after news. Unless it's some really great setup that you were looking for anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I think the pound yen, what I'll do is probably look to get out. It's a small position, as I said, going in, and limit the risk. So if we get above the high of this bar, because I was saying, okay, break test continuation pattern. That's a bearish pattern. I'll sit through it. That's fine. But if we break the high here, I might just get out, and I can move my stop there. Fairly small stop on a small position, no big deal. End up in profit because of this thing anyway. It's all good. What was my size on the pound? Let's see. Okay, it was less than half of the size that I took on the pound dollar, so. Either way, end up profitable as long as I don't let the pound yen run back too much. So that's why I'm saying maybe I'll just get out there and then milk this for all I can and call it a win. But the break test continuation pattern, right here, breaking support, coming back to test it, along with the 14 EMA, and then rejecting that, we're still good, and this is a bearish pattern. If we get above here, close above here, we failed the breakout. And who knows? Well, that's my logic. Maybe get out at 43.9. How are these guys doing? Not helping. Weak pound, thank you. But strong US dollar, strong yen to help the trades, no. Seen it both ways, Hub. Yeah, usually mark the pre and post news levels. Wait a few days to see how price reacts off of those news zones. Oh, you're swing trading, so that's a whole different. Yeah, patience. Well, that's a good. That kind of makes sense because there's a lot of activity, a lot of positions, and when you revisit that area and you get a straight answer as to what's going to happen off of that area, that actually makes sense. Hybe, what's the difference with bar and candle? Technically, nothing really. Kent, welcome. Technically, I'm seeing the range, in this case of the 5 minute, and then where it closed. And you can also have a bar tell you the open, but in spot FOREX, there's not much gapping. It basically opened where the previous closed. But you see the spread in the close, and then bars will tell you the same information. I used to use candles. I just switched one day. I don't know why. And now they just look too complicated to me. And the wicks are all skinny, and this is all big, and it's just weird. I'd rather just see the range of the price, and that's it. But this tells you the spread and the close as well, so. And, the open being the same as the previous close 99.9% of the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But as far as the information it's giving you, not much difference at all. I just like it visually to simply show me the price range and the close without like highlighting one area and then one being a really small wick, really small pin. I think that might be a little weird on the eyes. But I used them for years, whatever works for you. You get the spread and the close either way. Break test continuation. I think we're hanging on maybe. Yeah. High, low, close, yeah. It's weird to switch back to candles now. It's weird. What else we got? Columns. Oh, gosh. Do people ever use this stuff? See, the line, what you don't get with the line is the spread. That's what's terrible about line charts. It's just the close. So you can't even tell that we went up here. On a line chart, you don't even see any of that. You just see that. Can we do the break test continuation? Oh, look at this thing. Okay, this guy, if we can do one more pop down, we get into a decent target area. I already closed some, stopped at break even. But I still have, there we go, just pull it down with the hand. I got 18 people sitting watching me do this. Freaking hilarious. The whole thing is hilarious. All of it is hilarious. All right, we're looking good. Again, London hour trade. The gift from hell. Pete, what are you talking about? Well, I went to hell, and when I came back, I found this trade. And I say, thank you, hell. So this is the zone. This is the zone. It's marked from the closes to the end, this area. The price that was rejected. This is the zone where buyers, if they're interested, are going to tend to start showing up. It doesn't have to go to support. We already know right there. And look, the volume. Let's see the 1 minute off of that zone. Might look bottomy there. I could close another third of this trade. One way up, 26, 27 pips. Rejected pretty quick, didn't it? The trade from hell. I went to hell and got it. And I made it back. And here it is. You're welcome. Make money. Bars allow me to see market structure easier because they are so skinny, so you fit more on the screen. That's true too, yeah. Bernie Madoff, the great investor of our time. I'm waiting for you to trade one session of a point and figure chart. Oh God, I don't know what the hell that is. I can't figure out what's going on. I don't know. You're probably trolling me with that anyway, because you know I'm not going to trade that. I don't know. They tried to work that in the trade guider stuff, and I don't think it's stuck. Come on with this thing. Pound yen. Got to draw the line, right? Helps. I might have to do my multiverse manipulation practices. Which is the reality where it drops another 50 pips. I just got to find that one. Maybe I'll just put my stop in or stop lower to cut the loss small on the pound yen short. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that because I don't want that popping up while I'm not even looking at it. Small position, small stop, small risk, and only getting out if the bullish pattern confirms. Let's make it 15841. That's what I'm doing. A 19 pip stop on a small position. No problem. All right, so I did that. My stop is at 15841 on the pound yen. So either we maintain this bearish structure, maintain the breakout, break test continuation pattern, or get out for small loss while the Larger profit is here. And it's an overall profitable situation. Very good. Kill GU just joined the server. Hi, Kill GU. I hope you kill it right now, because we want it to go down more. So you see the reaction off of that zone? I don't always draw these, but you can just visualize it. But especially when you're talking about honing in and looking at profit targets and stuff, it's good to draw it from the close, right? Basically as big as you can draw it without getting above a close. So that would be here. And that becomes an area that if buyers are interested, they'll tend to start there. And you see the slight increase in volume and that rejection. Now again, it'll try. And if this rejects and closes up again, right? And we're finding some buyers here. And if there's some buyers here, there could be even more lower. So it just gives you a read on things a little early before support. Volume especially is not telling us anything too crazy. Let's see. You see? Might have a little trouble here. What is that, a gap on this index? What about the basket? Oh my God. Go up. Second try. You got some volume. You closed outside the range again. It's weak pound that's keeping this going. It is not strong dollar helping us. Look at the euro dollar moving up here. Australian dollar moving up, and then the pound dollar. We're down. Weak pound helping us out, but we don't have the strong dollar to really make it go. Well, maybe we do, if we can go here. Ugh. All right. Well, the pound dollar is getting into a decent target area for the trade itself. What was the entry? Right there for the short. So everyone got in roughly, to round it off, 25. So 35 pip, 30 pip profit right now. Yeah, I think I'll close a little bit more. Or at least get my window open to do that. I have 2/3 of my original position still on. Nice. If I can close half the remaining amount. So the amount that's remaining, I'm looking to close half of that. I'll let you know if I do it. Basically, if we get any sort of bounce and issue here, I'll do that. If we can close down into it, then I'll be a little more patient. But we knew this was here once, twice, failing to get in there. Get in there. Let's see. 22 people are going to watch me do this right now. Oh, it slipped. Like I said on the pound yen, stop is at 4-1 right here. So either this acts as resistance again, and comes down, or I'm out. Small loss on that. Fairly big sized win on this compared to that. So it's all good. Point and figure. I figure I don't know what the hell's going on. No thanks. That's what I figured. What else, guys? That's pretty much a textbook entry. It's a shame I was asleep when it's set up. The pound dollar? Certainly is a textbook entry for the London hour trade that I take. This one as well. It's a really nice close here. If it doesn't behave, I'll cut it short early. Like I said going in, it's a much smaller position on this. So really cutting it short and milking this is the way. If you let your losses run big, you'll never get ahead, right? Nothing wrong with a small loss. Nothing wrong with it. You look back tomorrow and go, well, that was a good choice. That's fine. You won't even think about it. No regrets. Yeah, take me out. Take me out. I'm tired of looking at you anyway. But why not, right? I'm giving it that one last chance to, again, reject here. Nice, nice. I did not close that second piece yet. I got my window open to do it, but I haven't. Okay, here we go. So this is main target on this short. Anything after this is a bonus. Pushing 40 pips here. Profit. Nice. Nice. All right. This is where buyers could be all over this. We want to be careful. Any sort of jump up in price, I'm just going to close half of what I have on here. I'm watching. No buyers, no whammies. Dollar index finally helping. Finally. This guy is our protective barrier. Hopefully. Let's go. London hour trade, my gift to the world. Go forth and be profitable. I may not be here forever. Do it. I don't see any pop up. Well, there, yeah, right when I say it, right? No buyers, no whammies. Ooh, look at the 1 minute. A little bit of buyer. Am I doing this here? Trading on my phone, and it's not listening to what I'm trying to do. Let's try this again. Restart the app. What's taking so long? Oh, finally. Okay. Ooh, look at that profit on the pound dollar. Okay. I am ready to close half of my remaining position on the pound dollar once again. let's go. Protective barrier. Let's go. Ooh, let's go. Another burger. Ugh. What I would like is a dessert. But I'm trying to be good. Thank you. Well, we're not dealing with a bounce. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hashtag grateful. Somebody say, hey, Pete, you pick one thing and you say it all day over and over again. What's with that? Do I do that? Hashtag grateful. I am extremely. I'm not saying that as a joke. Look at the poppy pop. Ooh. Ooh. It's a war. Buyers and sellers are fighting it out. Ooh, it looks like the sell climax, right? Oh my god. If I see blue, I see blue. Okay. So I closed half of that position now. See all that volume there? If I did that on the pound dollar, I banked some more. Okay, very good. Wow. Wow. Probably going to lock in pips now on the pound dollar short. I can't believe we're still in the pound yen, too. That just gave us some room for the stop. Locking in remaining pips on the pound dollar short. That volume was you closing. You're front running us. That's funny, right? When I say I'm closing a short and then price pops up right after I say it. Yeah, we certainly found buyers. We certainly found profit takers as well. Us being one of them. Let's see. Where do I want to lock in? I think I want to lock in kind of close because there's a lot of volume here. Moving GU stop down real quick. Let's just make it 1989. Yeah, it was a good year. Actually, it sucked. I like being grown up. It's much better. All right, so locked in trailing stop at 1989. About 35 pips locked in on the pound dollar short. And you're probably up around 40, 45 pips right now. If you went in with me. This guy, okay. I'm not going to argue. Can we go back to the 5-minute chart? Yeah, probably should. Okay, thank you very much. All right, better late than never. All right. Cha-ching. I just wrapped about 100 push-ups. Now I'm ready. I need a setup, says Bernie. That was me earlier today. Yeah, man. I never worked out regularly in my life until I started in December. There was this guy on the interwebs. I won't say his name, but he was talking, and I'm sitting here feeling like a lazy lump of turds. Like, yeah, what am I doing? Plus, I had back surgery, so then I was all weak. Spent so many months not doing anything. I said, I'm weak. Can't be weak. What am I doing? So I continued to listen to him while I started doing push-ups. I was so weak, I was using a gallon of water as weights. That's how weak I was after not moving for like 4 or 6 months with my back and my back surgery. So weak. I'm waiting for somebody to type the name of the person. Very controversial guy. You ate a lot of mushrooms in 1989, the magical kind. Oh. So you must be a little older than me. What are you about? 50? Philip. That is a great guess, man. That was a really good guess. And that is my answer. And my wife goes, I don't like him. Okay. How's things with us? Trust me, you like him. He's not there to give me a moral compass. So I'm not really worried about that. I don't need anyone for morals. But man, he's motivating. $51. Oh, there you go. I guess 50. There you go. 89. That was the first time I got drunk. It was in 89. Yes. See, I was in 7th grade, 8th grade. But I had some friends in high school. I was cool like that. I had like 2 friends in high school. So the guy brings this. He was in a cranberry juice bottle. He goes, I went to my father's. He seems so much older to me. You know. Meanwhile, the guy was probably 17. He went to his dad's liquor, and he goes, I just put in a whole bunch of stuff. I just little of this, little of that. Here. And that was my first time getting drunk. Just a concoction. 89. And then his friend, he had the greenery. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try that. And that was on a different day. That was a different day. But he was a musician in high school, so yeah. So he came over, and man, he had a lot. Jeez. Like, you keep this in your backpack? So we did. We smoked it. He fell asleep. And I'm like, whoa, this is great. I'm hungry. I think I made, started freaking Pillsbury, what are they? Biscuits. I started making biscuits. I'm like, oh, why am I so hungry? I knew nothing about this. Why am I so hungry? Oh, let's go. And I watched Johnny Carson, 1989. I watched Johnny Carson high off my ass for the first time, eating biscuits. I remember losing the biscuits at one point. Like, where did I put my biscuits? I lost them. I swear I just had them. And then I woke him up. He was sleeping. I woke him up. I'm like, I want more. And the rest is history. I just get out of the pound yen. It's playing with my emotions. So we're up 50 pips from entry with no drawdown on the GU short. London hour trade, gift from hell, gift to the world. You know that guy. Pound really weak. Yeah, that's what held this whole thing together while we're sitting in it. It was moving down just because of the weak pound. Normally, especially for any extended period of time, you need some strong dollar, strong yen to really come down. But the pound, yeah, very weak. But those things, as I say, in my opinion, from what I've seen, are very short-lived, and that could flip-flop throughout the day. So I really like the dollar and the yen to be on my side when I'm in a trade. And the dollar did this since entry. Okay. That could be the low of the day, right? Who knows? I got a trailing stop, and at 1989. That's why we were talking about it. Okay. So if it goes to 89, it hits my trail. If it does a break test continuation, we stay in. Milk the cash cow. Break test, maybe? Yeah, we're hitting some buyers. We kind of knew it might be there. My trailing stop's right here. That's fine. That means we're failing. We did a fake break with strength, and I just get out before we even get to 14 EMA. Just whatever. Call it a dub. That's it. This guy, we have our protective barrier protecting. Flux capacitor fluxing. Go 1989. Don't fail me now. I remember that year so well. You know, there are years in your past, I guess when you're young, you just remember so well what songs were popular. I think I was traumatized also, that's why. Way too much information. I went to a school in Manhattan that was for kids that were actors and celebrity kids. Yeah, it was a waste of money. Went for 2 years, got kicked out. Got kicked out of private school. That's bad. Like, no, we don't want your money. You don't come back. Oh, it was so bad, though. God. It's hell. Because, you know, the entertainment industry is full of healthy people. Anyway, trading. Sound like I need therapy about 1989. Protective barrier, protecting. Hanging on by a thread. You hated private school too? It's a different kind of hell. Oh, I've never went to private school? Good. And public school could be bad, too. I went to public school, too. So after I got kicked out of the private school, I went to public school. And I'm like, no, this is really bad. Like, I remember a teacher just mocking this kid. Mocking them, like repeating what they said in a dumb voice. I'm like, no, this is wrong. This is bad. So I stopped going. I was pretending that I was going to school, but I wasn't. Why am I telling you all this? And then the truant officer came to the house. Some, fake policeman came to the house. He's like, you got to go to school. I said, okay, you're right, I will. Sorry. And then I didn't at all, ever again, for the rest of the year. And then he never came back. And that's the end of my story. At least I didn't peak too soon in life, Did they have nuns? No, it wasn't one of those. Oh, I've heard those stories. No, I never went to a Catholic school. I heard those stories, though. The abusive nuns. And priests. All right, let's not get into all that. Meanwhile, I have a kid now, and, I have one thing to say. The adults have failed. You all should be ashamed of yourself. That's why I go to a PTA meeting and say that. You all should be ashamed of yourself. You've all failed the kids, all of you. Shame on you. That's what I have to say to school system and teachers and everything. Once you have a kid and you see it from that perspective, shame on you. Very bad. Don't get me started. Two years? See, I only had it 1 year. But you know what I did during that year? I begged my mom to buy me some recording equipment. Again, this is 89, 90. And she did. And I put an ad in the paper and started recording people. And I charged like $17 an hour. I started working. I thought they were going to come to my studio and laugh and leave. But they didn't. That was the right move. Stood up for myself for the first time. No, I'm not doing this. Your grandmother was at a Paris convent. Oh, wow. Oh, well, protective barrier, protecting. My stop is right here. This guy trying to milk it. Maybe a brake test. Maybe it's just the move of the day. We catch some more. Friend is your friend or something, whatever they say. See, it is another point about like that London Open volume and that first hour just being pretty useless. Here's London Open. And you're looking at this saying strength, low supply or whatever. No reason to think it's going down if you took this seriously. You'd say, well, maybe that's the low of the day, right? You're getting long off of that. I do. This, as I say, this is the worst time of day possible to take a trade right here. I would take anything over that. I'd rather trade Asia session than that. That's how bad that is. And seeing this so-called sign of strength and then going short, like I have no problem with it because it's especially that. It just didn't bother me. Now this, we can trust telling us some facts that, okay, there's some buying here, but it's not huge. You kind of expect some into new low ground that you're going to hit some increase in activity and have some struggle. You're not just going to, cut like butter, knife through butter. But the volume's not terrible. But you see the rejections in this price area. And that's why, for me, it makes sense to have most of the trade closed. Stop at 1989. These rejections in price all through here. A little bit of volume. Play both sides of it. If it was huge volume, I'd say, okay, that's probably it. This, yeah, worth a trail. Try to milk it. So again, it's like getting into the trade is pretty much the easy part. It's the management that takes a bit of thought. Or maybe you just do set and forget and it would be profitable that way. Long term. But I manage the way I manage. A lot of it's the especially you get into new low ground, new high ground. If it's a break test continuation, or I actually get above that for the failed breakout, which is a bullish pattern, that really affects the direction after that. And that's what I'm doing here too. See, this thing's just protecting us the whole time. And if we get above it, okay, bullish pattern confirming, get out of the trade. So if you're taking the London hour trades, you're dealing with this stuff. That's how I deal with it. You're right, past support into new stuff. It should not get above here. Otherwise, you really start to lose probability. But a break, test, continuation is a bearish pattern. It's all good. You just have to sit through it. So break, test, continuation, maybe? Yes. Bernie Madoff. I remember being an altar boy and drinking the church wine. There may be other things that went on. You just don't remember. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, man. So you're probably up around 55 pips on the pound dollar short. What a trade. What a trade. Protective barrier protecting. Hashtag grateful. Yeah, man. What's up in the chat? You use the 50 EMA for swing trade question mark. I use it less and less over time. Do I even care about it anymore? Not particularly for swing trade was never the purpose though. It's a 5-minute thing. So the way we use the 14 EMA is like a support resistance. That's also a support resistance, but it's more of like a fib retracement kind of support resistance where typically, like in this case, if you're looking at the pound yen right now, right? If it pulls back to the 50 EMA, the red dots, that's a test area for sellers, and it kind of like works with fibs where you want to see sell activity increase. Unlike the 14 EMA where, strong trends can just reject it and you don't get much volume, and that's fine. But when you go a little further, that becomes a marker where you'd actually expect to see weakness. And a lot of times it's just like, and again, as we go a little forward here, this gets pulled down. And a lot of times you have the confluence of the 50 EMA and the fib area. So it's both telling you sellers need to show up here. We'll find out about sellers in that area type of thing. But more and more over time, I kind of stopped worrying about it and just stuck with the fibs and support resistance. Can't say that I really need it. It's just kind of habit. I like having it there. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. But treat it like a fib retracement as far as, looking at reaction and in a downtrend, seeing if weakness comes in off of that rejection. Maybe there's a recent example. Strong trends, we know, 14 EMA all the way. But then you get further retracements. That's a rangy day. Yeah. No, that's late in the day, so you're not going to see much. Here, they kind of meet up. But I use it less and less, really. So yeah, no great, no great revelation, no great answer for that. It's just there right now. If we move up and we see weakness on it, okay, tells you something about likely moving down. In this case, I'd be out already because we're looking to get out at 4-1 on my stop. This guy hanging on. Okay, 1989. My kid is 10. I have given her the absolute worst impression of alcohol and drugs. Like, to her, like, alcohol is just the dumbest thing. You act stupid. You do stupid things. I have ingrained this in her mind. So she'll always be like, oh, alcohol. She never sees me drink it. I don't drink alcohol. Barely. But you're giving wine to kids in church. What is going on? All right, I respect. Do what you want. That's fine. Make sure it ends there. You see a video of someone acting stupid and they're falling over. I'm like, you see, alcohol does that. Like, oh, why do people ever drink alcohol? Yes, correct. Don't do it. I just get trashed every like 3 to 6 months. That's it. 2 times a year. I mean, if you're going to do it, right? You rarely drink. It's cool to be different. Yeah. I really like the idea of doing it like 2, 3 times a year when that occasion pops up. Then it's like a special, really fun thing. And when it's over, it's over. Alcohol on a regular basis is absolutely terrible. In my opinion, do what you want. I always say that. That's my disclaimer. Protective barrier protecting. 1989. All right. Not much to do here. Anything else of interest? Not really. I don't feel like putting risk on right now. Maybe it's more about either seeing some event happen on the chart. Maybe weakness there. Maybe a down move with some high volume strength. There's something to go on here. Otherwise, it might be wise to just milk this thing for all it's worth and see what we get for U.S. session. Light news day until we get to that. Yeah. You're fired. What's your job? Inflation? Keep it under control? I think you should be fired. I think your whole organization sucks. I know who you are. Run them out of town. Pete, you trade off indie futures now. I mentioned it earlier. Maybe you weren't around. Nah. I even looked at futures volume. Very high, very low, all that. Nah, I like this volume. I like this stuff. This is my home base. I actually really like tick activity, tick volume. I tried it and I'm like, no, I like this better. That's just me. Everything has my disclaimer on it. That's just me. You know, advice is overrated. That's why. What works for one person may not work for another. Try telling traders that who are pushing whatever they're pushing on their YouTube. I got to stop with these guys. I got to stop. It's out of boredom. Come on, though. I come across a YouTube trader who's saying you have to do your research on fundamentals or you'll never be profitable, period. Do your research, fundamentals, news, or you will never be profitable. How do I not say anything to this guy, right? So I say, do what works for you. I always throw that in there, but I go, I am profitable, and I actually do the opposite. If there's news and all that stuff, I avoid that. I don't pay attention. I don't look. And I just read the chart. And that's what works for me. And I said, but you're telling people like it's your way or no way at all. Like you got to trade fundamentals or else you're going to lose money, period. And I'm like, that's not true. You shouldn't say that. They're so confrontational. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's not worth the aggravation. I try to do good. And it's not just to tell them, it's for everybody watching the video who's been trading a month or 3 months or whatever, and they're looking at this guy who looks like he's got it all together, and he's telling you, you have to learn your fundamentals. You have to, right? And I'm like, let me give the viewers of this video a different perspective. In my opinion, I don't think so. Oh no, then the YouTuber has to go after me. We can't just have a discussion. You can't say, oh, I saw your channel and I see actually that you seem to know what you're doing. I guess there's other ways. I don't know. Whatever. Come on. Ugh. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Get into arguments. Like, here's my January results. Go to my channel. Can I see your January results? That's one thing that just bothers me. Sorry, I'm just rambling because there's nothing to do here. Protective layer protecting. 1989 locked in. Is it one thing that bothers me because I went through and experienced it? Is when people give advice like, it's this. Period. That's it. This one way. This is for everybody. And it's not. And people waste their time going the wrong way listening to somebody's advice. They don't even learn by making their own mistakes and having their own ideas. 1989. They just listen to somebody else, and it's both of them. It's the person's fault for listening, and it's the other person's fault for saying, this is how you do it, period. There is no other way. You must listen to me. Take my advice. They're both wrong. Am I out of this? I'm supposed to get a notification. I better have set my stop right. What is going on? I'm closing the pound yen. What the heck? It didn't close at my stop? Whatever. It was like 2 pips later anyway. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'm out of the pound yen. Oh, I'm out of this too. 1989. There it is. All right. What's my outcome here? Pretty good. Nice. Okay. I don't know. Am I done? So I'm out of both trades. Out of both trades. So that's the way I managed it. Every day is different. Well, sometimes it's with the London hour trade, you could have identical. But today it was, seeing the pound dollar set up, going, I don't know if the pound yen is also going to set up, so I don't want to go small risk and then not get the second trade. So I went pretty big on the pound dollar. And then when this set up, I went much smaller because you don't want to be over risking and overconfident and don't over risk. So it worked out good where this closed. I could let this have my stop up here, and I just don't want to. I want to be out and call it a dub. That's it. That's what works for me. You do what works for you. This is not advice. Money Games. What's up, man? You're challenging their beliefs. Yeah. People protect their beliefs like a freaking lion or something. I know. True. The thing is, I'm okay with someone believing something that's different from me. And if it works, I'm like, all right, there you go. There's proof that I'm right about my belief, that you can have your own belief, and that works for you. So I'm still right. If someone's guarding their beliefs that hard, then they don't believe it. Come on. Money games, you know. If you said that, you already know. If they're guarding their beliefs that hard, they don't actually believe it. They need you to believe it to make them feel better. Oh. It's good to be old and wise. Exactly. That's why they're mad. Uh-huh. You're saying everything that I'm about is wrong? How dare you? No, it's good for you. You do that for you. That's still not good enough. I have to agree. So silly. News has its own agenda to trade the chart. Exactly. I call the news casino lately. It's just a casino. Everything's nice and orderly, and you get your information. You judge the probability of situations. But then when it's news time, you go, oh, let's sit back. Watch people get destroyed, whatever. Watch the numbers come out positive, but the price goes down. Whatever with the chaos. But hey, if somebody out there trades news and they're profitable, hey, whatever works for you. I have not met that person. Hey, look, protective barrier. Protecting? I'm out either way. Maybe you're still in. This might just be going with the wind. Like, who knows with the pound at this point. That was good. That was fine. I'm done. Bit of strength. What is this guy doing? Didn't quite make it. This guy went flat. Yeah. Good to be out. That's fine. So we were 7-1 going into today, starting from this year, January 3rd. We were 7-1 on the London hour trade. The one loss was very tiny position. I did it live, said it live. And then today, it's 9-2. But the loss was tiny. And the win was big. I don't even have my trading score up anymore. Whatever. But yeah, technically speaking, since January 3rd, 8 wins, 2 losses, and the 2 losses were small. And it's not hindsight small, it's telling you I'm going small when I do it. Hashtag grateful. There you go. What else today? Are we done? You show up, you eat the burger, you make the money. That's it. Shoot the shit. Punch in, have fun, make money, and punch out. Fine with me. Tough selling those $50 mentorships when you were providing alternatives. Oh, they don't like me for that, huh? I'm so small, but still. Oh, I had a guy say to me, oh, you're selling a course. Like, bruh, I barely mentioned my course. Every single video is about you selling your indicator. Every single video is you selling your indicator. And I happen to have a course that I barely mentioned. But okay, you got me. I'm getting rich off my course. There you go. Oh my God. But yeah, man, I'm doing it for free. Whatever. Of course they're not going to like me. By the way, guys, buy my course. Here. It's 14 hours long. It's everything in an organized manner. Special sale, discount code, #grateful. All right, you don't have to buy my course. It's 14 hours, yeah. It's everything I could possibly think of putting in that I do. And I organized it. If you don't know much about trading, I organized it one thing at a time. But as I say, don't buy the course. Watch the YouTube videos. Let's do it live. Ask me questions, whatever. If you want it, it's there. Money Games, you bought it. Very good. Thank you. And thank you for saying it's good. I never had anybody, like I say, there was one guy in all the years. That course is now 9 years old, I think. One guy said, oh man, it's not working. I'm taking losses. I said, come on, let's figure this out. Join me live. No charge. Let's get this figured out. I said, man, you're doing it wrong. And he's like, okay, you're right. You're right. All good. More in-depth than the YouTube videos? Yeah. It's like I probably say everything that's in the course eventually over time, especially with the live stuff, but you'd have to go through hundreds of hours of stuff or something, whatever. Whatever. I don't know why I'm looking like I'm in these trades. Now I'm just curious what they're doing. What else? I don't know. I guess I'm done. It's only Tuesday. Pace myself. I'll take the dub. Maybe just chill out and then see what's going to go on for US in a couple hours. Light news to start off. Yeah. It was asked in the Discord if I would talk more about reading volume. The guy who asked is not able to attend the streams, but he watches after. Hey, Pete, I'm trying to catch up on some of the original. I was wondering if at some point maybe do a basic VSA candle or bar reading tutorial. I hesitate to call what I do VSA because it's a little different, and then there's VSA Nazis, and I'm doing it wrong. For example, if you have a wide bar and low volume versus a wide bar and high volume, and how that plays into what may happen with price going forward. If you have time, of course. It's like I could really get into it. Today's not the day, though. I could really get into it. Steen, thanks for putting your hard work out there for us to steal. We might want to learn some. Very welcome. That's a whole thing to talk about. Kind of tired now. You know what is also in my mind, though? is that I have a small audience. I figured it would grow. It's not growing. Like I've been saying, who cares? It just is what it is. I figured if I was streaming, whatever, I'd get a bigger audience. Fairly small. So it doesn't really motivate me to do a lot of videos. You know? Does that kind of make me an ass? I don't know. This is like our little private group. Also, like, to see that a lot of people come and go. Like, how many people really stick around? Especially with this easy-ass London hour trade. Like, you would expect people to stick around, and I don't know, sometimes there's 3 people total in the Discord talking, and like nothing's going on. It's not very motivating to put a lot of work into free videos. That like a small amount of people will see it, and then an even smaller amount will care and use it. You know, I don't know. That's kind of why I stopped making videos, but I do now and then. I don't know. Not exactly a humanitarian effort here when frickin' 12 people see it. You know, kind of feels pointless. You always attend a lot of these sessions and I'll answer your questions at streams. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Often miss the live session because of work, but always watch the recording. Okay, well, that's good. There you go. You guys are very welcome. Very welcome. What might happen today for U.S. session? Well, I'm not against buying low, but we need the volume to hit. If we bottom off without too much strength, which so far is the case, we don't see much strength. No problem with selling into an up move with weakness and looking to sell. Could be a situation there. On weakness on a fake break. In my opinion, that's good. This stuff is working, man. Yeah, only the chosen people here. It's kind of like that, right? Who like work hard and do the stuff themselves. Yeah, people like some systemized stuff which not last long in the market. Yeah. I kind of feel like, too, yeah, like I put this stuff out there, but there's certain people meant to get it, and that's it. That's what it's about. It's the idea of also just like so many random people, especially with the London hour trade, which is just so easy. And the idea of so many people doing it is a little weird to me in the fact that I don't know who they are. I don't know where this money is going. I don't know their energy, so to speak. I don't know what I'm really creating out there. So, I kind of maybe just like it this way anyway. It's like I'm kind of made it by default. We're not using indicators and stuff. I made it for those who are like a little smarter, a little less lazy. And those are the people who are going to be here. But anyway. That's something to talk about. Maybe tomorrow. I'll work it into a stream. We'll work it in when the time is right. I'll try to just cover, like, okay, you have a wide bar, low volume closing here. You have a high volume that closes this way. You have a high volume that closes that way. What generally do all these things mean? What is going on within this bar? And the result confirming. And a lot of it is seeing these things in a particular area, unlike, a trade guide or software or something that's just going to highlight a bar and say this is what it is. There are actual price areas where you're going to get answers to things. So in the context of what you're doing at the moment on the chart, you're testing a support, you're testing this, you're doing that. And then so whatever goes on with the bar is in the context of that. Okay, our seller is going to come in here. Are they not? What if you see weakness, but then it continues up anyway? What does that mean happen? Sort of an absorption thing. So there's like situations that go on in certain price areas in context. It's not just random bars and what do they mean. I'm always talking about new high ground, new low ground. That always gives you the best information pretty much out of anything. But testing fib area, support resistance, and the stuff in between is less important. Because big money is focused on certain levels and certain things. And like things get decided at certain levels. So that's something to keep in mind if you're just going bar by bar trying to figure out what everything means volume-wise. There are specific areas that really matter. Obviously what they are here, nothing too complicated. So yeah, I'll talk more about that. All right, very good. I think I'll call it a day. Take the money and run. Hashtag grateful. I don't say that jokingly. Well, I do because of the hashtag part, but I'm very grateful. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for attending. Makes it a lot more fun. Let's get at it again tomorrow. Take the money and run. Bernie, you did that. What a screen name. All right, guys. See you in the Discord, probably. If not, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Very welcome.